What improved your mental health? Trying to be a better person myself. I try to be positive and friendly to everyone around me. Even if they are rude and assholes. My kindness turns people nice after a while. My surroundings are nicer. Life became nicer. Inside I found peace and feeling sorry for angry and rude people. Sorry that their life is miserable and that they are miserable. By making myself sorry for their condition, it makes it easier to be nicer to them. Do good anytime you can. Smile anytime you can. Life will be better. Last thing I did was close my Instagram account. Another thing I try and remember to do is just keep scrolling, only like or wow posts and don't read the comments, or on Reddit we can downvote. Sometimes let myself read the comments and react, and sometimes I let myself respond, but sometimes I can respond in a paragraph, sometimes 1 or 2 sentences say is good. Limit communication on social media, but I let myself at times where I can engage in conversations. Best thing, getting sober. I have BPD, and went from drinking every day hardcore and splitting on a regular basis to absolutely clean one day, and I never looked back. Getting sober allowed me to feel my emotions on my own level without the additional stress I'd get from drinking. It honestly saved my life. I wouldn't be alive today if I didn't get sober. I went from being in the worst mental state I've ever been in, to having a genuinely happy life. I have absolutely no regrets. Getting into a routine, cleaning, working out, going for a walk a few times per week, trying to at least cook some of my meals versus relying on pre-made stuff. It's easier said than done though, if you're truly feeling awful and have no energy to function. Oh, also trying to stick to a sleep schedule, again easier said than done, but worth the effort. I feel much better mentally when I'm not struggling through exhaustion every day. In this chronological order: therapy, moving away from toxic people and closer to people caring for me, moving into a city matching my energy and lifestyle, getting a job I like, cutting down on weed to a weekend a month, my motorbike and psychedelics and or MD a few times a year. The last steps are important to get right, or you'll have the opposite effects. Environment, timing and people you'll be with are important too. My kids. Makes you realize what is really important in life. All the things that used to bother you or you thought was important really isn't. Even helped my sleep. My mind used to wander and I would have to leave the TV so I could relax to fall asleep. Now I can just put my phone down and I'm out there saving grace. Raising these little ones are my only priority. I love that every day I get to wake up, I get to be a dad. Mindfulness meditation. I like a mix of transcendental and vipassana. I'm not here to spout religion, but Buddhist philosophy is also pretty straightforward and efficacious for me. Edit: I have bipolar 1. It's a fucking drag, but meditation is a great tool for pulling out of depression over months of practice. It also results in a fuller awareness of what goes on when I start to become manic and helps me pump the brakes. Drinking water and eating right. Even though I hate saying it out loud, crying face, smiley face, being hydrated and eating nutritious food has given me so much energy. Going to the gym regularly, or even going outside and taking a long walk. Just moving your body really can give you that boost. If I go to the gym before work, I'm miserable when I wake up. I'm in a much better mood when I get to work, my day goes so much better. Been in therapy for like 6 months now. Microdosing psilocybin occasionally. Working on my spirituality and looking at life differently than before. Making exercise and eating right a priority and routine in life. I have also been training jiu-jitsu for years now, and it has helped me tremendously not only grow as an athlete but as a person. Martial arts are awesome. Dumping my father's entire family and never seeing them again after his death. I couldn't really stand them before, I only put up with them for my father's sake. Bigoted redneck sons of bitches, all of them. They probably voted for the orange you know who, too. Once he was gone, adios fucklos. I don't even have any way to contact them now, nor them to contact me. Not working from home anymore. I would try it if you can, but if you live alone like me, the isolation can get to you after a couple years. I quit on the spot one day because I felt a mental break coming on. Right now I work overnights in a gas station, but my mind is sound again. About to start the job search again, but I can take my time with it and not settle now. Switched up my prescriptions with my doctor. Adding Prozac was a game changer. Stopped smoking weed. Weed's great, don't get me wrong. Legal weed is just too strong for me personally. It makes me too anxious. Got a great WFH job. Found an amazing boyfriend I love with all my heart. Got a little cat baby monster girl I cherish who needs to be on me all the time. Ironically, I dropped acid once at a friend's bachelor party. I suffered from depression since I was a child, 20 years old, I had been institutionalized and had attempted suicide before. Acid one time, fixed everything completely. I do not recommend it, and I doubt my miracle solution will work for most people, but worked for me. Going out for hikes into the countryside, seeing my mates and hitting the gym hard. I've had a poor relationship with alcohol in the past and was drowning my sorrows in the summer, but I've cut it right back, so still enjoy a pint after work sometimes and a glass of wine with dinner and while playing Xbox. Moderation is the key. I'm going to be honest, prescribed medication saved me. Before I went on to medication, I was having 1-2 panic attacks every single day. I couldn't even have a therapy session without having a panic attack. Ever since I have been on that medication, I only have panic attacks once every 2 weeks around. It is a lifesaver, understanding that a lot of the time when I feel out of control and angry that it's just because I'm actually panicking and my anxiety is shooting through the roof. Never learned how to handle it properly due to the environment I grew up in being pretty traumatic, and seeing my whole family react and process the same way. Deleting all social media. Cutting off toxic people including drug users in some family. Getting on Zoloft. Exercise. A better job with a better manager. Reading self-help books like Man's Search for Meaning, 7 Habits, and Essentialism. Never drinking alcohol or doing drugs. Quitting smoking. Stopped going to bars. I wake up at the same time every day. I work out every other day. I invest in myself by reading. I write comedy. I make as many people laugh as possible. I eat a lot of food cooked at home. I do not eat a lot of processed food. I eat yogurt and take acidophilus supplements for my gut bacteria. Walking, no alcohol, quit Facebook. Leaving the things that do not serve you is often just as powerful as starting things that are good for you. Added gymming to the routine as well, and it's been great so far. Cold showers helped a lot with the discipline needed to stop and start all these things. Protecting my energy. I feel like energy is transferable and people can shift their negativity onto me. Allowing those negative toxic people to have the little no access to me has helped me a bunch. I don't go out of my way to please people either. I just go with the flow and reciprocate what's given. Have to learn to let negative people go. Don't care about what people have to say because it's how they think, which has nothing to do with you. It's a hard step, but if you are an emotional person it will take some time. Focus on what makes you happy and know that you're your one person. Portals by Melanie Martinez. LOL. No, but seriously. I've been struggling in a lot of ways, mainly with fear of death and such. I've experienced the purest catharsis with that album, and listening to it makes me feel like I've freed myself from this burden. Working out seems to be the best medicine for me. If I manage to keep doing regular exercise and my mental health is decent. During COVID when the gyms closed I went down a deep fucking abyss and started getting drunk every night instead. It wasn't good. Agree with a lot of stuff here. I will emphasize eating. I'm not just talking about quality food. The amount of times my anxiety is increased because I'm just hungry and have not eaten enough. Grab a quick bite and I'm much more settled in my thinking. It may sound against common sense, but drugs. If you know what you are doing or have a professional guidance, there are some drugs with huge mental and physical health benefits. Unfortunately still illegal in most of the world, so I won't go into details. Reading. Running. Appreciating family more. Stopped drinking and got off meds that I thought were helping, and realizing, I may be able to do this without them, and did. Also realizing certain people around me affected my mood more than I thought. Having hit rock bottom and failing to access any counseling due to my autism diagnosis. Apparently my trauma is a trauma to normal therapists. I need specialists who are hard to find and are hella expensive. Medication is what kept me alive. Learning how to talk to people and ask for help. Hearing positive reinforcement can take your spiraling thoughts in a better direction. Of course, it has to be the right people, not everyone knows how to support. Oh, and meds. Going on hikes every chance I get. I'm pretty blessed to be surrounded by amazing countryside and fascinating historical sites all around me, but just getting outside and taking a long walk is my personal mental health hack. Eating more healthy and by creating my own healthy meals. I also have a wellness folder with sections including motivational stories, famous inspirational quotes, health, diet and fitness tips, and spiritual tips. Meditation can't tell you how it changed my life. It cleared my mind and I'm thinking so much clearly. I don't go off the handle on little things that used to bug me. It's like I care but don't care at the same time. Leaving my stressful job. I make less money, but I spend less money. I have time to make meals, see my kids. I'm not purchasing coping mechanisms. and no longer buying work clothes that quickly get soiled. Accepting there was a problem, therapy to work up the courage to take meds, then taking the meds. Then feeling regret about waiting so long, because the medication was a game changer. It's been 8 years. Sounds counterintuitive, but always expecting worst case and preparing for that scenario helped me a ton when thinking long term. Preparing for the worst case might suck if you count day by day though. Learning to just stop caring. I used to get mad at the little things. I would fly into a rage over something simple like dropping my ice cream. I learned to take a deep breath, let it go and move on. Quitting cigarettes and quitting eating shit ton of junk food and replacing it with a healthy protein-based diet. Also I started lifting 3x times a week and walk for 6-7 kms 2x times a week. Drinking more water and less coffee and coke. Going for a walk, bike ride, run every day. Even if it's raining. Eating better food. Limit of 1 takeaway per week. Working from home. Regular digital detoxes. Stepping away from screens and immersing in nature or hobbies not only refreshes the mind but also sparks creativity and improves overall well-being. Do everyday SMT for myself, such as cooking, exercise, reading, cleaning. Not BC I have to, but BC I deserve to live in a nice place, have good health and improve myself. Social media off my phone. Read books at night instead of scrolling. Played records and just enjoyed with no other stimulus. Really tried to reclaim my headspace.